Thank you so much for coming and supporting the 8th grade class as we graduate. Please stand by as we celebrate our last night of Wenatchee Junior High.
Please bow your heads with me for prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this beautiful day, and thank you for all the people here that have supported our class and helped us through our years. Please help this graduation go well and help everything else in this world. In Jesus' name, amen.
Our class motto this year is 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So throw off the boat lines, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, discover. By Mark Twain.
Our class verse is from 1 Timothy 4:12. Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers in speech and conduct and love and faith and in purity.
In the program, it says that I will sing Jesus by our side, along planning my song that was changed. So the song I'm singing today is Time of Our Lives by Tyrone Wells.
Part is when all of these years
started out with a long road trip to Seattle. One of the bands experienced a slight discomfort in which the other band then lit flowery sprays to that band. Then once we reached Seattle, we headed over to Pike's Place Market to eat before we had an adventure at the Space Needle. All of the class agreed that the view was amazing looking out over Seattle. We finished the day with girls and boys settling into their dorms at Auburn Adventist Academy and having a short worship led by Ben, our class chaplain. While the girls finished settling in and headed to bed, the boys played some soccer out on the fields.
Our second day started with breakfast at IHOP, followed by an amazing game at Safeco Field. The Mariners game was against the Padres. Although some of our class did not find joy in watching the baseball game, many Mariners fans say it was the best game of their season. Following the game, we went to the Westfield Mall. There we split into groups of 3 to shop at different stores. Some students got toys and others got shoes and clothing. After the mall, we had a delicious meal at the Old Spaghetti Factory. Some of us even got souvenir cups from getting Italian sodas. To finish off the night, most of us chose to go to the Academy's pool to swim, then worship before heading to bed.
Our third day started with a meal at Denny's. After breakfast, we went to the Woodland Park Zoo. Again at the zoo, we split up into groups to roam the zoo looking for different animals. After the zoo, we went back to the Westfield Mall for lunch or shopping. After the mall, our class had an adventurous evening at the Family Fun Center. We had 3 hours of nonstop fun and a pizza buffet to wrap up the evening. Heading home to the dismay of some girls, a few of the guys were in the girls' van. Finally reaching the school to head home to the next morning.
Good evening and welcome to our 8th grade graduation. If you didn't know already, I am the 8th grade president. I have been at this wonderful school since 1st grade. I have not been very involved in my class through those grades until really this year when I decided to run for class president. So our class has done quite a few things together, like building a maze for Fall Fest and selling tamales. But really what keeps us together is our jokes and unique personalities. Every class has to have a few class clowns, and I believe those titles go to Carter and Hunter. We have a bunch of readers, Emma, Cindy, Logan, and Michael. We have some artists too, Kate, Faith, and Trista. And of course we have some athletes, Jaylene, Manny, Ben, and White. And also we have car guy, Seth. I would like to thank all of our wonderful teachers for this year's experience. Without our teachers, we would be a stick in the mud. Every year they teach us one more string to life, or one more rule that has an exception. Maybe our most important teacher, Mrs. Cascade, is a kind of a jack of all trades. By herself, she teaches 3 classes to us every day. She also is our class sponsor, so she plans about everything. Maybe our most important person on the campus isn't a teacher, he is our janitor. Mr. Pewitt cleans everything, fixes everything, and helps with everything. Without him, our school would be a dirty, muddy, egg-filled slop house. I would also like to thank the 7th grade for decorating the church and Family Life Center for us. Even though you might not exactly want to be here right now, thank you for coming and leading the way in the march. Last but not least, I would like to thank you all for coming to support us. I would also like to say goodbye to the students that aren't coming back next year. As far as I know, Emma, Sydney, Kate, and Seth are leaving to go to another school next year. So goodbye and have a nice time at your new school.
That was really good, Caleb, except for the most important teacher part. Thought we had that cleared up. Well, thank you for selecting me to give your commencement address this evening. The process was a little hurtful, damaged my ego a bit. I'll speak more on that later. Nevertheless, here I am with a smile on my face to bid you farewell from middle school and welcome to high school. It's important for me to be honest with you tonight when I feel it's necessary. I look at this group and realize you're going to be in high school next year. I take a closer look at you and I think, really? You have all made it to this first big benchmark in your education. Some of you have sprinted across the finish line, while some have received a gentle nudge. Then there were those of you that just flat got kicked over the line. You know who you are. In 1981, I was sitting where you are. Well, actually, I was with y'all. The only thing I remember about my graduation was my mouth was wired shut. I drove a car at 14 and did a telephone call. We won't get into that tonight. I had to wear pastel colors. There were more girls in my class than boys, and voting was always a problem. I don't know who the speaker was that night or what they had to say. Most of my contact with this class was during PE and athletics. There was the occasional time we crossed paths in the office when we were in trouble. I'm going to share some thoughts or memories of each of you. Seth Apple. There was the broken collarbone in PE. I wasn't there that day. Nobody gets hurt when I'm on duty. And your mom having to come and dig through my lost and found box to try to find clothes that you left in the locker room. That was very nice of her. And before this night is over, I do want to get your autograph. Because in a few years, I think all of us are going to be watching him on Sunday mornings racing NASCAR, and that autograph will be worth something. Trista Bates, you did a beautiful job on Moon River, and tonight, during the talent show. Although that steam machine turned to smoke, I thought it was going to burn my eyes. I was secretly hoping your dress would catch on fire. I'm a bit surprised that you're on time for this graduation ceremony, though. And that you're not talking to Faith right now. I cannot believe how much you two talk. I don't have that many words. All I can figure is that you keep saying things over and over again. And one more thing, it's okay to participate in PE, it's good for me. Logan Basso, will you please find your PE clothes over the summer? The headshot that you received with the softball was awesome. He had a lump the size of a walnut on his forehead, and it literally had the imprint of the threads tattooed on his face. But you do need to come up with a better story, like a line drive hit you or it took a tricky hop. Instead, the story goes, someone tossed you the ball and you didn't get your glove up high enough. Connor Beck. No, we are not going to play Everybody's It every day in PE. Connor looks like such a lovable little cherub. But when we start playing a game, it's on. He has no problem bouncing people out of his way. I need to come to one of your horse shows and see if you do that to other riders. Jalen Cruz, what a stud. Hope it's okay to call a young lady that. You have been so inspiring to me with your work ethic this year in sports, school, and your job. She will compete with anyone at anything and then beat you with a smile on her face. You're mature beyond your years. More mature than me, if you can believe that. Sometimes you get a little feisty with me, but that's okay. I like it. Emma Ferrari Zimmerman. I hope you and your sister add another hyphen and last name. That would be awesome. You'd have to have 2 driver's licenses just to get your name. I think Emma has said 2 things to me in 2 years, and she says it so quietly I didn't hear her. So I guess in reality we've never had a conversation. Thank you for being Jaden's friend and keeping her away from me. nice to me. They make fun of me and I have no idea why. I only say uplifting things to all of you. Sorry we never got around to volleyball this spring, like I supposedly promised. Maybe your teacher next year will be more accommodating. Caleb Hardin. I've spent the last couple of weeks trying to figure out something funny or embarrassing to say about you, but I can't. You're the male version of Jaylene. You're a stud. Mature above your years. I only hear good reports about you from everyone. I don't like that. You hold the record in push-ups for the middle school and high school. And you are always the first one done with a mile run. Never complains either. I hope you turn out for track next year. Watching you mature over the last 4 years has been amazing to watch. You are a fine young man, and I believe prepared to be a high school student. Wyatt Hedderly. So many issues here. First, he likes the Seahawks, which in itself causes everything else to go downhill from there. Whenever I blow my whistle to get everyone's attention, Wyatt thinks it's the final buzzer of the World Championship basketball game, and he's Steph Curry. He has to put up one more shot. PE is over, and he has to kick one more goal. He thinks he's Neymar. He has enough energy in that body for 3 kids. I'm looking forward to coaching him in basketball next year. Michael McGinley. Just in case you weren't aware, Michael likes to read. In fact, I'm surprised he's not reading right now. You are looking anywhere. Michael has shared a lot of valuable facts with me about stuff he has read. I'm sure one day they will come in handy. When he approaches me and says, "Did you know?" At that point, I know I'm in for another lesson. Ben Macklin. I do like your suit tonight. Do you know why you're here? Ben gets a little distracted at times. Squirrel. I honestly think someone or something else controls his actions. Because when I talk to him in PE about something, he is just as surprised as I am. Ben is a great athlete in just about every sport we play. He is another one that I look forward to coaching next year. Manny Ornelas. This young man has hit his head so many times, I know he has no idea why his parents brought him. He jumped off the stage a year ago to grab the back of the basketball backboard and landed on his wrist and head. I had to kneel on the ground and hold his head until the ambulance came so he wouldn't move. He doesn't remember any of that. Then a couple weeks ago, he hit his head on the soccer goalpost for some reason. Probably wanted attention. He is still recovering from that concussion. I think you should be fine when your freshman year rolls around. Carter Hall. Talk about a can-do attitude. Carter works hard. He's not afraid to try things that are out of his comfort zone. That is a great attitude to have as you move into high school. If we're playing a game and he's guarding someone, he's a little like Connor. He'll just bounce you out of his way. Carter also plans ahead and tries to get his work done before he leaves for a vacation. Another great quality for high school. Kate Stanley. 100 miles an hour all the time. If she has to hurt herself to accomplish a task, that is no problem. During the basketball season, I think she dribbled her head off the ground more than the basketball. In fact, if I was Kate's parents, I wouldn't let her drive till she moves out of the house. She's going to hurt herself or someone else, and you won't be able to afford the insurance. Faith Workman. Oh boy. I was really flattered that this class asked me to speak at their graduation. And then Faith came by and must have thought I was a little too full of myself. She came into my office and asked if I decided to be the speaker, and I said yes. She then said, "Good, the first person said no." I was the second choice. I thanked her for the heartwarming information. Then she went on to explain the whole voting process. And I was second out of 3 people. The first choice didn't want to, so they came to me, the leftover. Thank you, Faith, for making sure I wasn't too full of myself. I'm glad she's here tonight on time as well. Every day in PE, she is late. And then she asked if she can go to the bathroom with Trista. I finally asked her one day why she always wants to go with Trista to the bathroom. Her response, I thought it would save time. At that point, I thanked her for being so considerate. So I want to share 3 things with you this evening that I hope will help you navigate through this transition in your life. First, girls, listen up. Boys are starting to notice you at this age. Stay away from them. Boys at this age are not as mature as you are, and their brains stop being used in the 6th grade. You can start paying attention to boys when you're in college. Boys, listen up. When a girl smiles at you and says hi, it doesn't mean she likes you. She's just being polite. Leave them alone. For all of you dads out there that have daughters, you're welcome. Second, whenever an idea pops into your head, I want you to pause for a moment. Say it out loud to yourself. If it sounds stupid, then it probably is. Don't do it. That will save you a lot of heartache, trust me. Third, every day that you wake up, I want you to make a daily deliberate decision about who and what you are going to be that day. The choice is solely in your hands. At your age, you're trying to figure out who you are. I remember when I was your age, it was confusing. I had a couple uncles in the Army, and that was cool. I wanted to be like them. I have a couple uncles that were cowboys. I wanted to be like them. My dad was cool. He drove a big truck. I wanted to be like him. I wanted to be like downtown Freddie Brown. He could really shoot the basketball. I can imagine that some of you look up to some of your relatives in the same way. Some look up to famous people like LeBron James, Steph Curry, Ariana Grande, Meghan Trainor, Justin Bieber. Don't sound me. I sound pretty hip, don't I? Every person that I've mentioned is going to disappoint you in some way. They are going to fall short and dash your expectations of things. There is one that you can look up to that will never disappoint you. Let me tell you about him. If you take nothing else away from tonight, please listen closely these last couple minutes. This isn't Bible class. I'm not preaching to you. This isn't religion. This is a life lesson for you. Pretend that this church is the universe, and I have a grain of sand in my hand. I throw this grain of sand out to the sanctuary. That piece of sand represents earth. There's a Father and Son that created and overlooked this entire universe. Earth becomes a sinful mess. They could have just said, forget that piece of sand, let them destroy themselves. But they didn't. The Father sent the Son down to live as an example. Change people, give them hope, and save them. He was born in a manger and later rode on a donkey to show he was humble. He lived among his chosen people and let them know they were missing the point. It's not about 35 books of laws. It's about love. They tried to trick him by asking him the most important commandment. And he replied in 10:27, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your strength, and with all your mind, and love your neighbor as yourself. He also said in John 3:17, for God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but to save the world through him. He was tempted by Satan for over 30 years on this earth and never once failed to temptation. There are about 40 miracles recorded in the Bible that he performed. In John 21:25 it says, Jesus also did many other things. Now listen to this. If they were all written down, I suppose the whole world could not contain the books that would be written. The Jewish leaders were afraid that their authority was being threatened. They had to kill him. The Romans could find no fault in him, but went ahead and tortured him, nailed him to the cross, mocked him. And still he said in Luke 23:24, Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. And they divided up his clothes by casting lots. As he hung on the cross, he became thirsty. They wouldn't give him water. They gave him a little sponge with vinegar. John 19:30 says, when he had received the drink, Jesus said, it is finished. With that, he bowed his head and gave up his spirit. Sunday morning, 3 days later, he rose from the dead in victory. He had conquered sin. He completed his gift to each one of you sitting here tonight. It's a free gift of eternal life. It's personal for each one of you. You can be assured of a better place one day. The whole gospel story can be summed up in John 3:16. For God so loved the world, he gave his only Son, so that whoever believes in him will not perish but have eternal life. He has given us a free gift of salvation. There's nothing we can do to earn it. If we think we can earn it, then him dying on the cross was for nothing. All you have to do is believe in him and accept his free gift. No strings attached. I choose Jesus as my identity. I want you to follow someone like that. So 8th grade class of 2016 and high school class of 2020, each of you are at a crossroads, and you and your parents are beginning the journey into high school. Some of you are attending CCA next year, some are attending public high schools, and some are being homeschooled. I personally wish you were all coming back here to CCA, because I will miss each of you. One day we will be together in a place that is described in Revelation 21:4. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. Jesus died on the cross for us so we don't have to worry about the end game. Don't worry about other details. Don't listen to people when they say you have to do certain things to receive eternal life. Believe in Jesus and accept his gift. So thank you, 8th grade class, for all the memories we have shared over the last 4 years. And thank you, parents, for entrusting your children to us. It's been an honor speaking at your graduation tonight. I am confident that each one of you will succeed wherever you are next year. So until we meet again, God bless, and keep your eyes on Jesus.
Thank you, Mr. Ringering, for speaking this evening. We appreciate the long hours you put into making our school great. For our class gift, we are buying a new score table for the athletic program. We thought of this gift because most of our class are athletes and would benefit from a nice score table. This was also in our budget range because we are so blessed with the funds this year. I hope that the athletic department likes our gift.
Good evening. My name is Jeremy Enders. I'm a volunteer with the Wenatchee Central Lions Club. Throughout the valley this time of year, we go and honor and recognize 8th graders with 5 special awards. Today we are awarding 5 8th graders and students in the following 5 categories: arts, academics, leadership, perseverance, and sports. These students were nominated for these awards by their teachers, counselors, and administrators. Each recipient will receive a trophy, 2 movie passes, and a plaque that will be displayed in your school for years to come. Our first award is for arts. This award recipient is a talented and artistic individual. She is a consistent performer in the annual talent show, and she has participated in Annie and Fiddler on the Roof. She's always willing to step in and perform for special music. She's also this year's 8th grade public relations officer. The Arts Award goes to Trista Bias. Next is the Academics Award. This recipient is an excellent scholar. She holds the highest GPA average during her junior high years at CCA. She allows extra effort in all areas and goes beyond the class requirements. This year's Academics Award recipient is Sydney Ferrari Zimmerman. Next is the Leadership Award. This award recipient leads by example, in and outside the classroom. He was voted the 8th grade class president by his peers due to his dependability and responsibility. This year's award winner is Caleb Hardin. Next is the Perseverance Award. This recipient gives his best effort in any situation. He is consistent with his schoolwork and goes above and beyond and never gives up. This year's award winner is Carter Paul. The final award winner is for the Sports Award. This award winner has played in the middle school volleyball, middle school and varsity basketball, and varsity track. In addition to her efforts in athletics, she also maintains a B+ average and is proactive about making up her hours after school for her after-school job. This year's award winner is Jaylene Cruz. So the Wenatchee Central Lions Club would like to congratulate you all on making your next step in life. Our motto is, we serve. We hope that your next step in life, you make sure to serve your community and give back for all you've done. Thank you.
It's now time for the tributes. I've asked the students to stay seated through their tribute so parents can actually hear what the nice things that they've said about you. So, tributes for Wyatt Hedderly. Dear parents, I really appreciate how much you have supported and put up with me. You have all helped me grow so much, literally and mentally. Thank you for loving me with all your heart. You have taken great care of me. I am grateful to have all 4 of you in my life. I love you all with all my heart. Thank you all so much. Addie and Genesis, you are so funny. Although we fight a lot, we still love each other, even in the end. Owen, I'm so grateful to finally have a little bro. Tributes for Jaylene Cruz. Mom and Dad, thank you for all the hard work you've given me. Without the inspiration, drive, and support you gave me, I wouldn't be the person I am today. Thank you. Gracias, abuelita y Lelo, porque si solo siembran que todos esos momentos que yo era pequeña desde ahorita importa para mí, porque me han hecho la mujer que soy. Gracias. Yerlin and Jason, a person who is there when you need him, someone who picks you up when you fall. A person who sticks up for you when no one else will. Brothers are always friends. Thank you, Yerlin and Jason. Andrea, a person who's been where you've been. Someone you can talk to when things aren't going right. Is more than just family. A sister is a forever, my best friend. Thank you, Andrea. Tributes for Trista Baez. Mother and Timothy, thank you both so much for everything you've done for me. Mother, I'm so thankful to have you in my life. I couldn't tell you how much you mean to me and how much I appreciate everything you do. Love you. Timothy, I've only known you for a while, but you're already part of our family. I'm so thankful to have you as my stepfather. Love you. Father, you are an amazing parent. You're kind, understanding, and the best father I could ever wanted. Now that I'm older, I realize how much you do for me, and I will be eternally grateful. Even though I'm older now, I'll always be your baby, sending you butterfly kisses. Shauna, thank you for everything you've done for me. You really are an amazing stepmother. I'm glad you're mine. Love you both. Grandmother, I love you. You've been an amazing role model for me all through my life, and I've always felt like you were my second mother. Thank you. Grandfather, you are honestly one of the most loving people I know. You're funny, caring, and an awesome grandfather. Love you so much. Casey, we're in high school, or we're going to be in high school together. I love you, and I love being sisters with you. Even though I remind you of the years left until you graduate, I really wish they would grow instead of shrink. Time is going by us so fast, and I wish it would stop, so I could have you just a little longer. Love you. Christina, I love having a younger sister, even if I'm a middle child now. I know you'll grow up to be an amazing young lady. Can't wait till you graduate too. Love you. Caitlin, thank you for being the best friend any girl could want. I love how even though we are at different schools, our friendship can still remain as though we never left each other. Even though I wish we graduated here together, I'm so thankful for you, my beautiful, intelligent, forward-loving, best friend forever. Love you. Tributes for Sydney Ferrari Zimmerman. Mom, thank you for always putting up with my emotional moments. You always push me to do my best no matter what. I love how you are always willing to help. You always have the best ideas for projects. When I'm having a bad day, you are always there with a warm hug. Thank you for helping me get through junior high. Dad, thank you for always pushing me to get the best grade I can. You are always willing to help me with whatever I need help with. You are very funny, and hearing you sing in the car is an experience I will never forget. Nana and Papa, thank you for always cheering me up and taking me to beautiful places. You are so supportive and great listeners when I need to rant. Nana, you teach me new words every time I play Scrabble with you. Papa, you have definitely widened the variety of movies I watch. Grandma and Grandpa, thank you for being there for me. I always learn something new about you or my huge family whenever I'm with you. Grandma, I love your stories. Grandpa, I love making ice cream with you. Emma and Tyler, you are always there to pick up after I fall. I cannot imagine not having you two as my siblings. Tyler, I cannot imagine how hard it is living with twins who like to annoy you, but you always manage. And sometimes you actually have fun with us. I especially like our nurse. Emma, I cannot imagine not having a twin. You always stick up for me, and sometimes I feel like we can read each other's minds. But maybe that is just a twin thing. To all my friends, I'm just going to address all my friends at once because I have a lot of friends. All of you know I'm having a bad day, and you always know how to cheer me up. We've had a lot of fun times this year, and I hope they continue throughout my high school years. Tributes for Emma Ferrari Zimmerman. Thank you, Mom, for always being there for me. I know we've had our ups and downs, but you always get right back up, and that's what matters the most. Also, thank you for pushing me to do my best in school and pushing others to challenge me more. Thanks, Dad, for persisting on always giving me a hug. But really, thank you for being there to catch me when I fall and picking me up when I cry. There are certain things that I will always share a love with you and only you. Thank you for pushing me in my schooling more than I sometimes wished. Thank you. Tyler and Sydney, my annoying siblings. You can actually say that for me too, though. You don't hear this often, but I love you. Anyway, Ty, thanks for sharing your love of cars, Legos, and geeky stuff with me. I now have an odd love of comics, DC and Marvel, cars, and all types of Legos. Sid, sometimes I actually think we can read each other's minds. And when you're hurt, you might not know this, but I am too. We are really different, but it's almost exactly alike, which is odd. Nana and Papa, Grandma and Grandpa, thanks for picking us up after school, driving over here just to spend time with us, even though you both have busy schedules. I love you both, and I wish we could spend more time with each other. Nana, I love those nights where we stay up later to figure out the annoying puzzle piece that we can't find or trying to answer the questions on Jeopardy. Papa, I love being in the garage and watching you clean one of the cars, or when you teach me about different cars and how to tell them apart. Grandma, just sitting and talking to you is fun. Grandpa, I hope we all have soon spend more time together soon. Friends, thank you for sticking by me for the last 2 years, for being there when I'm at my worst. I'm very lucky to have you as my friends. Between our weird and awkward moments to our sweet and sentimental moments, we have been together, and I hope as we move on, we will continue to be together. Tributes for Logan Basso. Mom, you always helped me through hard times, and I hope I have made you proud. You have made the decision to put up with me, so I hope that I didn't make you upset in the long run. Dad, you always are looking on the bright side of things and helping through the hardest times at school, and you are always by my side if I fall. You pick me up, probably over your head. Anthony, you, as annoying as you are actually a cute kid with a knack of imagination. Grandma, even though I've only seen you twice, you have been an excitement to my life, and I hope you guys come back again. Grandpa Tom, like my mom and grandma, you have been the key to good times and also a really good Monopoly player. Tributes for Connor Beck. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for providing the opportunity for me to attend CCA, for feeding me, clothing me, and loving me. Thank you, Grandma, for being there for me.
Oh, that's cute.
Tributes for Carter Paul. Dad, thank you so much for being my father. You have done such a good job being a parent and raising your kids right. Dad, you are smart and very educated. You have taught me so many subjects and have made me wiser by the day. You seem to have x-ray vision when it comes to cleaning or finding something, and I love you for that. You're always willing to do something fun or go on things you probably normally wouldn't do. If I hadn't wanted to do it, you're a great dad. Mom, you have always helped me in times of struggle and need. You're always been someone to talk to and listen to me. You are always able to help me on homework, listen through my rants, and you're always a good sport about it. I appreciate your sense of humor and care, and sometimes you really make my day. Mom, you have done a great job raising Peyton and me. Peyton, even though I've locked you in an elevator, tackled you, thrown cars and toys at you, stolen your belongings, and argued with you, we still love each other. You're a great sister and friend. You have always been fun to go on adventures with and having a blast doing something. I am proud to be your brother and happy for you getting your associate's degree and working one step closer to becoming a physician's assistant. Tributes for Manny Ornelas. Mom and Dad, thank you for always being there when I needed you and helping me when I needed help. I am grateful for the way that you have pushed me to get my work done and not allowing me to slack off and watch TV. You have taught me how to set my priorities straight, and this will be a good long-term habit. I am grateful for all that you have done for me, and I would not have gotten this far without you. Thanks, Mom and Dad. To my siblings, thank you for helping me get through this by always giving me something to laugh about and making me happy. Tributes for Ben McLennan. Mom, this is for all the hard work you have done to get my grades up and helping me with my homework. Dad, thanks for all the work and stress of making it possible for me to go to the school. Grandma, thanks for teaching me new things and helping my way through the years. Anna, thanks for being there when I needed you and putting up with me. Caleb, thanks for being my best friend since first grade. Tributes for Caleb Hardin. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for being patient with me when I don't deserve it. Thank you for feeding, clothing, and teaching me to do what's right. Thank you for teaching me about cooking, Mom, and business, Dad. Grandma and Grandpa, thank you for letting me come over whenever and feeding me very good food. Thank you, Grandpa, for talking to me about airplanes. Thank you, Grandma, for making the best food for our birthdays. Carolyn and Anna Marie, thank you for keeping me in line and for helping me with my homework. Tributes for Seth Apple. Dear Dad, thanks for all the fun times we have spent together, all the miles we have driven, all the karting we have done, and all the karting we've done. Excuse me. I know sometimes you want to wring my neck, but thank you for pushing me to make me who I am today. Mom, thanks for doing stuff no other mom would do, like going to creepy seafood restaurants. Thanks for helping me with my homework late at night when you had work the next morning. Thank you for being the best mother you could be. Dear Grandma, thanks for being the coolest grandma I could ever have. You have driven me everywhere and you do anything for me, so for that, thank you. I would also like to thank you for all the funny things we have done together. You will always be the best grandma I could have, and thank you for that. Dear Kyle, I don't know if you will be here, but I'm still going to write this. Thanks for all the fun times skiing, for all those times we wrestled and you beat me, but one day I said I would be able to beat you. Also, thanks for all the roll and coal we have done to old ladies up to Mission. That was really cool. Your skiing friends are also really cool, so thanks for that too. Dad and Lindsay, thank you for giving me the love and support and encouragement that I needed this year. Thank you for everything that you do for me every day. I want to thank Mrs. Saxby and Mr. Rich and all the other great teachers who helped me throughout the year. Tributes for Kate Stanley. The first people I would like to thank are my family. I want to thank you for always being there for me when I felt like I couldn't keep going and for supporting me and the person I have become. I know it must be hard dealing with a child who doesn't want to be what others want her to be, and I truly appreciate the fact that you are accepting me for who I am and not for who people want me to be. Last but not least, thank you for loving me throughout my life and never giving up on me in my darkest times. To all my old and new friends, I want to thank you for sticking with me no matter how weird I got. You have shown me who I want in my life and who I don't. You have made me happy when I thought I would never smile again. You have shown me that I can't do everything alone and that it's not bad to have people help you. Because of you, I was able to make it through this year strong, and I wish to keep you in my life for as long as I live. Mrs. Saxby, thank you for telling me that I don't have to base what I think of myself off the opinions of others. Thank you for telling me just because I'm different doesn't mean I'm not special. It just means I'm my own person. Thank you for giving me the courage I needed to help keep going with my head held high. Thank you for always being there for me. And just so you know, I'll miss you next year. Tributes for Faith Workman. Mother and Father, you prefer that I call them Mama and Papa. Thank you for helping me through this school year. Thank you for staying up late to help me on school projects and helping me manage my time between symphony, school, and other activities. Most of all, thank you for pushing me to do my best. To my grandparents, thank you for always supporting me at my academic events and concerts. I really appreciate you both being there for me and always sending messages of encouragement. Thank you for being a part of my 8th grade year. To Elijah, thank you for being my joy at home. From making NLG milk cartons to trying to move our pinky toes while prepping for a debate, you always cheer me up. Thank you.
in the sky, also on the faces of the safety itself, make the kuleana pono for out out. When you make the kuleana, pono, it's good. It's like kind of automatic plan. You don't need to talk the stuff away. What happened? You just gotta let them, and the stuff just waiting for when you ready. What happened? The colors of
students to pause for the picture. So if you want to get up and get into the middle of the aisle, we will allow time for that. Wyatt Jacob Petterly. Jaylene Elizabeth Cruz. Trista Jean Baez. Cindy Ann Ferrari Zimmerman. Emma Grace Ferrari Zimmerman. Logan Dallas Basso. Connor William Beck. Carter John Roger Paul. Emmanuel Ornelas. Benjamin Eric McGlynn. Caleb Eastwood Harden. Seth Allen Apple. Michael Aaron McGinley. Katia Joy Stanley. Faith Alyssa Workman. One more round of applause for the 8th grade 2000.
Eighth grade class would like to thank the CCE staff for all their support. Thank you to Mrs. Gable for helping the 7th grade class prepare for tonight, and the extra work that went into making a great night today. Devin, thank you for stopping in at last minute to do sound for this event. You're doing a great job so far. And we would like to especially thank Mrs. Paul, Mrs. Frey Zimmerman, Mrs. Cruz, and Mr. Macklin for all the help they have given to our class these past 2 years.
I would like to invite you to enjoy the refreshments the 7th grade class has prepared.
Would you please stand for prayer? Lord Jesus, thank you for this opportunity to go to this school. Thank you for all these people that are a part of our life and can see us progress. Thank you that we have reached this point in our lives. Please guide us through high school and help us make wise decisions. Amen. The audience may be seated.